SOSA UK and TeeDee are at the top of the game within the minimal tech scene. Their grooves are infectious and all of their tracks getting played around the world non-stop. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to recreate the bass lines and get yourself inspired by the sounds of this track, this track, and this track. So let's get stuck into Ableton. So we're inside Ableton now, and I've got a basic drum groove on the go that sounds a bit like this. Really nothing too crazy, it's just a few top loops and an 808 core kits. Now that's not the point of this video, it's the bass lines. So we're gonna start with SOSA's track, Without You. So let's take a listen to what I ended up with. Not bad if I say so myself. It's a bit more gritty than the original one, but I quite like it, and you can easily change that with some of the processing that I've put on it. So let's start with the melody first. It's effectively a 2-note bass line. Every now and again, it will drop maybe 1 or 2 notes and then a few octave skips later on in the bass line. But other than that, it is really simple. A lot of extended notes, which is really nice as it's occupying at least a whole beat of a bar. So for example, here and here and here. And what this does is it really allows that bass hit tone just to come through and really just absorb you in that sound, because it is such a unique and cool sound. So to make this sound, you're going to need a insert of Serum, and you want to start with 2 oscillators, one being 2 octaves down and one being 1 octave up. The main characteristic of this sound is going to become from the unison. So on this one, I've opted for 5, and on the second one, I've opted for 4. I just liked the characteristic of the tone that this gave off. Kind of a bit of reasoning behind it is your main oscillator, which is our oscillator A. You're definitely going to want one of those voices to be fairly central and straight down the middle. And obviously having an odd number of voices is going to be able to do that, as you can see indicated by the yellow line. Then we have the 4, which is more of an even spread. So 2 on the left and the right, slightly bigger than the other ones, again indicated by the yellow. But you could always blend this out with the blend and sort of make it more symmetrical or even in that sense. Then I've opted to leave the phasing and a random on at the 180 where it is by standard. I just liked the kind of characteristic this add to it, but if you felt like it needed to always start in the same position, then I would suggest putting them to 0. From there, it's going to be mainly a filter setup. So you're going to want to change your filter to the MG low 24. By standard, it's on MG low 12. So just a couple clicks on the right arrow. Then on envelope 2, I've opted for this fairly short decay, but it doesn't drop off immediately. And I'm just dropping it off a little bit before where my sustain and decay drops off on envelope 1. And you can kind of see it in the faint gray there. Then on envelope 1, which is the envelope for the oscillators themselves, I've just got pretty much a standard way this would be set up, but I have added some release to it. So when the note drops off, it just gently kind of fades out, which is nice. That's all you need to do for inside Serum. And once you do that, you'll have a sound which sounds something like this. From there, I've gone and added some sidechain with a 1 knob pumper. And then I've also gone and added this UAD Studio D chorus, which is adding some width and analog texture to it. I've then gone ahead and turned on a utility and put it into bass mono. So what this is doing, that anything below 120 Hertz is definitely going to be in mono. Anything above that is going to have a bit of width. And then I've just dialed the width back on the utility to control the width to taste. Then next up on the chain is a audio effect track. So what I've done here is I've gone down to this module, which allows me to insert different chains. And I've inserted 2 different chains. So we have the standard chain, which sounds identical to what I just shown you. And then we have the top chain, which is our EQ'd effect. So what I'm doing here is I'm processing the sound and really just processing the top end and leaving the bottom end clean by the EQ with the low cut. And this is just adding some more kind of texture and analog grit to the sound. So I've got the EQ with the low cut, and then I've got the hybrid reverb set up with the decay being very short and the dry wet being pretty short as well. Then I've got a delay, which is basically non-existent, but it does add a little bit of tail, especially when combined with the reverb. Decimal 2, which is a bit crushing plugin, and RC20 as well, which I'm using for distortion and slight wobble to the frequencies and the pitch to give it that analog warmth and texture. So to show you in isolation what this sounds like. So as you can see, that is what's adding that grit and warmth to the top end, but I still have a nice clean bottom and low end. And if for whatever reason you were experiencing some kind of phasing issue when doing this, then you just want to go ahead and grab an EQ and put it onto the second chain. And what you're going to do is you're going to reverse this EQ so you only have the very bottom end in. For me, I wasn't noticing it on my headphones when I produced this, so I just left it like so as a layer, giving that mid-range some more warmth and character. Then a compressor to glue it all together, and a bit of shaping through the EQ as well. And you see what a difference that is making to the sound. Then the last part of this bass line is a reverse hit that comes in on the second bar. This is really easy to do now in Ableton 12 because we have the bounce in place. So you're just going to take a section of your bass line and press Command B. It's going to bounce it down into place. You can then cut out one of the hits, and then you can get it onto a new audio channel, Shift and R to reverse it. And that is exactly how you make one of those reverse hits. And for those of you that like a more rolling sub underneath the track and would rather have the bass that we just made as a synth, all you need to do is go onto the bass line, turn on an EQ and cut off the low end. Then go and grab any type of sub preset within Subboom Bass or even Serum 2, and it should sound something like this. If you want a cleaner sub, then go and roll off some of the mids and the highs. And this is just going to act as a layer now to the bass line, so you have the sub and the mid and the top all separate. So let's move on to track 2, which is a TeeDee track, Kiss My Neck. What I ended up with was something that sounds like this. Similar, but maybe not as close as I was within the SOSA track. But nevertheless, we can look at the principles and break down how this bass line's been made. So the bass line is of 4 parts. We have the main rolling sub underneath the whole track, which is fundamentally just 2 notes playing a very, very similar pattern to all of the synth hits, which are cool and responding. This is just a sub preset from Serum. I believe it's coming from Paul Sorrell's Garage packs, which are some really good preset packs. But you can easily make this yourself by just grabbing a saw wave, 2 oscillators down, and then a low cut 24 on the filter. Quite a bit of drive to give it that sort of fatness, and it will sound something like this. And the only thing I've opted for here is for sidechain, just to get it ducking out of the way of the kick. So then we can come on to a resonance bass hit, which hits on every other bar, which sounds like this. So this is very similar to that Josh Baker bass that he was using in several of his older tracks. So do this, it's almost like an acid sound. You're going to want a saw wave or a square wave if you want a bit more of a boxy sound. Then either go for a low 12, 18 or 24. It just depends on how many frequencies you want to let through. The main characteristic for this sound is your resonance. You can see I've got it up to at least the 12 o'clock position, a bit of drive and a bit of fat. And then I've got the envelope on here, just giving it that slight pluck and movement to the filter. So the end result sounds like this. Really nothing too complicated with that sound, and you'll be surprised how such a small tweak to the cutoff, the resonance, or your ADSR envelope can actually make a difference to the sound. Now you could go on and process this, but I felt like the bass sounds within the TeeDee track was quite dry because there's so much percussion and vocals going on. Then we have the response to the bass hit that we just looked at, which is as simple as a lately bass. This could be done in pretty much any synth. What you're going to do is find a saw wave, put an extremely short decay on the envelope and put the cutoff nearly to the bottom. And it's just going to create these very short, snappy plucks. Or if you want something that sounds a bit more classic and a bit more old school, then I would suggest picking up this plugin here by Meat Beats. It's called Fembasso. It's less than £20 and it has loads of really good bass hits in it, which sound a bit like this. Perfect for this style of track. And both SOSA and TeeDee use these type of lately bass hits a lot within their tracks. And then finally, we have the bass hit that comes in between every 2 bars. This is one I struggled most with. I couldn't figure out if it was a sample. I couldn't figure out if it was a synth, and there was nothing there. So I opted for this sound here. It gives off a bit more of a garagey vibe, but it does work and the principles are there. So what it is it's a 1 note sustained, and then where the automation is coming from is just the filter within inside Serum. So I've opted for a saw wave variant here within the default shape, a still very high resonance, and then the cutoff being automated, and that's what creates that rising effect in between the bar. And then finally, we have one of SOSA's more recent ones, which is just like that. So let me play you what I ended up with. So close enough, the sound selection is very similar and it actually takes principles from both Without You and the Kiss My Neck that we've just tried to recreate and then combines it into one. So let's start off with the main bass. So this is taking principle to the Kiss My Neck track where it just has a rolling sub underneath it. For this one, I've just opted for 2 sine waves and I've filtered them ever so slightly and brought both of them down in 2 octaves, so they play extremely low in the track, which sounds like this. The melody for this is fairly simple. It goes up and down every now and again. It's mostly 1 note, which has surprised me a lot by trying to recreate these tracks, how simple bass lines can actually be. And then these 2 here are just octave jumps. So if I just go shift and down arrow, you can see they are just purely an octave. And it does a lot for the groove. It sounds really good. Then the first bass hit that comes in, which is this one here. Is the exact same bass hit we made within Without You. I felt like the tone of it was almost identical. It just didn't have that processing or that kind of crunch to it that the track Without You has. So all I've done for this is just turn off of that processing. So it's more of a raw sound that's just coming from Serum. Then just like Kiss My Neck from TeeDee, it has a lately bass. This one, I've just changed out the preset to this solid DX. So it's a very similar version of the lately bass. It's just slightly different in tone, which works really nicely. And then the main synth, if people would call it that, is actually just a guitar pluck, which I've pulled out from Subboom Bass. There's some really nice sounding guitar plucks in there. The way you want to go and find them within Subboom is open it up, go into your manager, and then go search category, and you can go to real bass, and then that's going to show you real basses, which would be a real guitar. So the actual preset I have used is Clean Pick Bass 2, and in isolation, it sounds like this. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I'm a big advocate of developing your own sound selection and becoming unique are very helpful. But the reason why I don't do them too often is because I feel like it stops you from being creative and thinking for yourself, and it just means you start recreating. Now, you can look at all the house music out at the moment, and it does sound very similar. And maybe that's because there's so many tutorials online of artists showing you how to make the tracks like them, and then you're kind of just getting copycats. So the last thing I just want to touch up on is just remember to experiment and be creative. So before I just started recording this, I thought I'd just whip something together and show you how you can learn how to make these sounds, but then try and manipulate it in a way that makes sense for you. So everything that you're about to listen to are sounds that I've pulled from what we've just made from recreating the SOSA or the TeeDee tracks, but I've just put my own spin on it. I've tried to give a bit of context as well. I seem to be making a lot more kind of like deeper house at the moment. So I'll play this out and hopefully it shows you can take inspiration and guidance from what other artists are showing you or YouTubers like me, but you don't need to constantly recreate it and you can think for yourself. So to run through everything that I've done, I have this syncopated bass line, which is still the SOSA one that we previously made. I just went ahead and turned an ARP on it, and I've put it to this 3/16, which I believe is on the dotted setting. I just love that syncopated kind of deep house bass where it's very sustained, and then actually automating bass or synths to get that variation in there. It's just what I'm vibing with at the moment. Then I've gone ahead and used the bass hit that we had within Kiss My Neck, and I just changed the ADSR and the octaves of the sound, and that's why it sounds like this. And the rising synth that I created in Kiss My Neck, I've used as a sustained synth playing my melody from the bass line. I've filtered it all the way out, and then every now and again, I will filter it in, like at the end of a phrase here, which sounds like this. So that's a really cool technique I use in a lot of my tracks. Then the lately bass I've just used as a little riff and motif on the end of an 8-bar phrase. And the only thing I wasn't too sure on, just purely from a sound selection point of view, but I just wanted to fit it in there to show you guys you can manipulate things and think for yourself as an artist, is the guitar bass. And I kind of use that as a sort of riff at the end of every other bar to just accentuate the note change of the bass line. So I'll play it with the bass line so you can hear it. It's pretty cool. It's just not the right sound to emphasize the bass note changes, but the principle is there. So there you go. I hope you found this video useful. The project file is down below, so you can download it and do whatever you want with it. Use the presets to your heart desire. If you want to progress your learning at an even faster rate than just watching YouTube videos like this, then you can book in for your free Artist Blueprint consultation call, where I can show you how our program develops you to become the artist that you always envisioned. Anyways, I'll catch you in another video very soon.